Hey guys, can you hear me? Sorry, I was trying to figure out. I've never gone live on YouTube. I was trying to figure it out. Didn't know where to click in. It looks like there's already a chat. So I'll try to look through the comments already on here. Hello from Pakistan. How's it going? California. Wow. When am I visiting Pakistan next? I'm not sure, but I think very soon. Good morning from Australia. Good morning to Australia. Louise, what language do you want to study? It's a good question. I'm not sure. Maybe Thai? Maybe Mongolian? I haven't decided yet. What's up from Michigan? Thanks, Matt. Hello from Germany. Xin chào. Hola, amigo. Yeah, we have people from everywhere. What's it like being a language connoisseur? That's a funny word. Funny way to say it. Honestly, so for languages, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a language connoisseur, but when I learned my first language, it was really fun. And then it opened up a whole new world, right? Like I met a lot of people, and then the second one was like even more so. And then just the more languages you learn, you learn more about other cultures and people and stuff. So it's definitely it opens up your eyes a lot. Love watching your videos with grandma. I think everybody does. Where am I staying now? I'm in Hanoi, Vietnam. Was it a hard culture shock when you moved to Vietnam? Not really, because I had lived in China before that. So it wasn't too much of a culture shock coming here, honestly. Hello from Malaysia. Any plans for a new country you've never been to? I did just go to Mongolia in July, but I haven't released any of the videos yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm not sure. Definitely, I'll probably go to Malaysia, Indonesia, a lot of those countries. Balochi Gorda. So I'm trying to the comments go my fast. What do I think about Devanagari? Well, what about it? Cool. Can you solve the age-old debate of India versus Pakistan? I wish I could. Just share food, and that's my best solution. Are you going back to China? I just got back from China, actually, 2 days ago. Hey, Chris, I want to learn Spanish so bad, but I always lose motivation and focus and don't know how to be consistent. I'd say, if that's your problem, try to set a schedule, every day from this time to this time, you're going to learn it. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult to keep up learning a language. Is very easy to learn. And sometimes, it's okay to it depends. If you really want to learn it and you're only not learning it just because you can't find the time or something, you probably definitely need to set a schedule. But I've tried to learn Korean myself, and I don't know why, I always get bored of it. I'm not sure. Just I'm not sure. It's okay sometimes to get bored of a language too. Hi from Sydney. How's it going? Too far for your travels? Actually, no. I was looking on a map yesterday, and like Australia's so close to Vietnam. It's like it's not too much longer than just flying from here to Japan. So it's actually not that far. It's a little bit longer. What app do you use to learn languages? I just learn languages myself, but I use Anki to remember vocabulary. Do you prefer Vietnamese or Filipino food? Oh, it's tough. They're different. Very different. I'd say for lightness, like every day, probably Vietnamese, but sometimes like a good um, tapsilog for breakfast is good too. Have I ever been to Taishan? No, but I was going to go many years ago. I just never ended up going. Hello from France. How did she get fat after eating all those delicious foods? I don't know. I have a hard time putting on weight, whether that's a good or a bad thing. I'm always skinny. I think it's just I just have a high metabolism. When you were in New York City, you had lunch outside and talked briefly about a special form of learning a new language. Ooh, that was a long time ago. Can you elaborate on this more? It's kind of hard to talk on it quickly, but I would say like overall, like if you want to learn a language, like start with pronunciation. Just quick recap: pronunciation, then go on to vocabulary, like most common words, then grammar, and then just from there, just practice. So it's just those three main steps. That's the order I do it in. We need back those vlogs when you visited Hyderabad. I've actually never visited Hyderabad. That was Max. And some foods go right through you. Indeed. Sorry, I'm losing. I can't keep up. Are there different dialects in Vietnamese? Yeah, there's like three main dialects, like northern, southern, and central. But there's really, I mean, every place talks. Every people from every place talk a little bit differently. How many languages can you speak? So, if I'm talking like fluently, English, Vietnamese, Mandarin, Chinese, and then I'd say like 70-80% Hindi, Urdu. That's kind of one language. And then fairly conversational, Nepali, and a bit of Spanish, not that much. I learned Spanish like 2 weeks before going to Peru. You need more solo hike content. Your Everest videos were amazing, and I miss Everest. I miss Everest. I miss hiking the Himalayas. What's your favorite upset stomach medicine? I'm not a doctor. Just disclosure. So don't listen to my medical advice, but just probiotics always help if you're traveling a lot. Oh man. How well do you know Tagalog? Not really at all, just a few words. How did you learn all these languages? Self-taught? Yeah, I just learned everything myself, basically. I mean, I took classes in school for Mandarin, but I ended up just mostly learning myself. Do you find South Asian languages slower than English? Are you talking about like Hindi, for example, Hindi and Nepali? Um, at least for Hindi Nepali, no, I find them much faster. But I think that's normal for anybody who speaks a second language. Is there Panda Express in Vietnam? No. I don't think I've seen a Panda Express here in Asia. They do have in China though. There is a food that's quite similar that I can think of. It's called guo bao rou from the northeast of China. Is that right? Yeah, northeast of China. It's a pretty famous dish. It's very, very similar, but not quite as sweet. Hey, Chris, what's your qualifications? I mean, technically, I have a bachelor's of science in physics. I don't really use it too much though. Have you heard of Glasgow in Scotland? Is that where Dale Phillips from? I don't remember. I don't know. Shining Wala Balochi Gora. I haven't heard that in a long time. Will you ever make videos in the US? Yes, and I'm actually planning to make videos this coming time in the US, but not on this channel. So I have a third channel I'm starting as well. That's what I was in China for. There's no Diet Coke at any McDonald's in China. Really? Actually, I never paid attention to that. Interesting. Really? Really? Is that true? Huh. I have to look at that. I didn't know that. Interesting. What's up from Cebu? How's it going? Did you find it difficult to understand what people were saying when you first heard Southern Vietnamese accent? Yes, at first it was really difficult because, yeah, accents in Vietnamese are quite different from each other. So, yeah, it was difficult for sure. But with time, it got better. You prefer Chinese or Vietnamese cuisine? Ooh, that's a tough one. They're both really good. Again, every day, like not oily. Vietnamese cuisine's really good, but sometimes you want some really savory, strong flavored cuisine, really spicy or really. It just depends too. Vietnamese cuisine is also really diverse, and there's a lot of difference between the north, central, south, southern region. I could eat central Vietnamese food all the time. It's so good. Why start multiple channels? You've seen Max do, but you never got the view count you expected. So this is a little bit of a thing with YouTube. You don't get views right off the start. From the outside, it looks like you're not getting views, but really, you're just not in the algorithm yet. I mean, sometimes if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know anything about YouTube and you're not putting out good content, then it's not going to get views. But if it's good content, it's just not getting views because it's a new channel. It'll just take time to get in the algorithm. But the main reason for starting new channels is just audience. So different audiences on different channels. They always get in there eventually, though, if you keep working at it. I'm getting far behind on all the comments. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. frowned upon to use a fork in Vietnam? I don't think so. I don't think so. They understand. People here are pretty understanding if people are just visiting or what you have it. What's spicier, Thai or Vietnamese food? Definitely Thai food. Thai food's much spicier. So I'm trying to catch up. I'm a little bit behind. How often do I go to Ho Chi Minh City? Before it was a lot. Before it was like almost twice a month, but now it's dropped to sometimes once a month, probably a little bit less. I've cut down a little bit on the number of videos I'm posting on this specific channel, just so I can focus on other channels as well. Thank you, Alexander. Why focus on YouTube instead of a language-based job in business political field? I remember you doing Grab as a job at one point. That must have been fun. When did I do that? I'm trying to think. Oh, that was more of a joke. But why focus on YouTube? Just more freedom. I don't really like working, like having a boss and working in an office. It's not really my thing. So I've always just liked the freedom that comes with working for myself, and plus it's fun too. You get to create your own content and you get to travel a lot, have a lot of cool experiences. So that's the main reason for it. Yeah. I just went to a Vietnamese restaurant. I don't think they care. Yeah, I think they're in terms. I think you're responding to the fork comment. Sorry, I'll skip ahead, guys. I'm losing track. Do you have a photographic memory? No, I don't think I do. Not that I know of. I forget things a lot too. Don't worry. What are your other channels related to? I have another channel mostly with travels in Asia, and then starting another one that's a little bit more edited. So I'll be doing content from everywhere. Sorry, I'm invite you and Max to Lucknow. Yeah, no, I want to come to Lucknow. Max has been. I really want to go. It's I've heard the biryani and nihari is good. Just returned from Vietnam, found a huge difference in friendliness from south to north. I hear a lot of people say this. I honestly think it's more of like, I definitely say people in the south are a little bit, they're not as rough around the edges. They're a little bit calmer and soft spoken. But people in the north are super nice too. They're just a little bit more straightforward and direct. So sometimes they can come off as not super friendly. But people in the north are really friendly too. Sorry, guys. Happy Halloween. Oh, it is Halloween, isn't it? Would you be back in Canada in a food-related vlog? Maybe. Well, what's super famous in Canada for food? I know maple syrup. That's all I kind of know. That's kind of sad. What else is there? Happy birthday, AJ. What's my go-to Halloween costume? I don't think I've had a Halloween costume for, oh God, I can't remember the last time. Long time. Are you planning to go back to Philippines? Yeah, definitely for sure. I don't think this year. We'll see. Maybe sometime next year. Yeah, a lot of places to go. Good morning from India, Delhi. North versus South India. I actually have never been to South India. I don't know. Food seems really good though. I've never really been to South India. Definitely need to go. Would you visit Iran? I would love to. I think it's a little bit difficult for American citizens, but I definitely would. Any tips for learning languages faster? Thank you. Sorry, how do you say your name? Is it Ahmad? Is that like an Arabic-based name? Any tips for learning languages faster? Yeah, so first of all, check out a book called Fluent Forever. But in general, I'd say learn pronunciation really well. Pronunciation is, like, I think, the key to helping you remember vocabulary and have a really strong foundation in the language. So that's what I always focus 2-3 weeks, just solely on pronunciation. And then after that, learning just common vocabulary. So I usually get myself a list of like a frequency list, common vocabulary words, 2,000 words, and I'll just learn the first 1,000 and then start learning grammar and then just keep learning more vocab. And then that's about it. It's really simple in theory. It just takes time. After that, I'd say your biggest obstacle for learning a language is going to be time and having a good schedule and creating good habits. What do you do on your free time, like hobbies? I don't have too much free time, actually. What else? What do I do in my free time? I don't have too much free time, honestly. It's always work. How do you want to apply your language skills? Just want to make more videos. Hello from Seattle. Hello to Washington. Did you get food poisoning when you first visited Vietnam? No, surprisingly, I don't. Trying to think. I may have only gotten food poisoning one time in Vietnam. Surprisingly, I've only gotten food poisoning one time in India too. Actually, I'm trying to think where I've gotten food poisoning. I think I've gotten more food poisoning. I may have gotten more food poisoning in China than I have in any other country. As crazy as that sounds. Do you have a stomach made of Teflon? Maybe. I'm not sure if it's non-stick, but it may be. Hi from Cambodia. How's it going, Robert? Have you ever visited Pune? No, not yet. No, I know it's really close to Mumbai, right? But southern India, is that right? I'm trying to think on a map. Yeah, I think it's pretty close. No, I haven't visited yet though. Yeah, thank you, John. Shanghai. Any more questions? Chris, can you vlog a sports activity like skiing or surfing? No skiing here in Vietnam, unfortunately. I don't know how to surf, but maybe it'd be fun, but I don't live in a coastal city, so. How many times have you been in China? Many, many times. More times than I can count. Too many. Not too many. A lot of times. Greetings from Philadelphia. Are you and Max a couple? No. Oh, so you go to the same place as him? I mean, we do the same job. Greetings from Amsterdam. Amsterdam. What got you to learn Vietnamese? Why did you move there long term? Honestly, I was just kind of wanted to try something new and wanted to. I just got back from China at that time, and I was just wanting something new. And I just happened to. I don't remember exactly why I picked up a book on Vietnamese, but I just happened to pick up a book and kind of learned it and came here from there. And yeah, it's been a good journey. We'll see. I may try a new country in the future. I don't know. We'll see. The room you're in seems soulless, or you're living in a hotel. No, this is I keep a simple light room. Not too much in here. I don't have too much stuff. Are you missing America? Sometimes. I mean, I miss like the nature and stuff. The nature in America is beautiful. Other than that, I mean, I really like New York. I miss New York for sure. Obviously, miss my family, but other than that, not too much. Namaste. Why did you pick Hanoi to live instead of Ho Chi Minh City? So when I came to Vietnam, I crossed through the land border from China. Hanoi was the closer one, so that's where I ended up staying. That was about it. Oh, sorry, I'm losing track. Are you and Max siblings? Nope, just colleagues and friends. Any more questions? Oh, good. It's good to see you're doing well in Vietnam, but Vietnam doesn't have a cheesesteak. I don't know. I've never looked for one. I do miss. I will say, New York. I had this really good roll. It's called a chopped cheese in Harlem. Really, really good. I do miss that. That is really good. Are you done learning languages? No, I don't think learning languages ever stops, but nothing I'm learning currently at this moment because I'm pretty busy on other projects. I actually don't really have time to learn a language right now. I don't really have crazy interest at the moment, but I'm sure I'll learn something else. Have you been to Shanghai before? Yeah, I've been many times. Would you consider coming to Melbourne? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I want to go film some videos and just see awesome Australia. How many date my daughters have you gotten? Too many to count. It's usually just a joke, though. Normally, I don't see many people live stream at 7 in the morning. Yeah, I'm trying to balance the time between America and Asia. Plus, I'm pretty busy during the day. Pakistan is level 3. Reconsider other country. I mean, so is China. So is it? Just kind of depends on where you're going to. I'd say it just depends. You know. How do you get used to the traffic there? Looks very chaotic. I mean, you get used to it just from doing it, I think, and you're always in it. But definitely, I mean, it still takes a toll on your. Like I don't like driving so much anymore. So I don't like driving as much as I used to. What country is at the top of your favorite foods lists? So many. I mean, definitely Chinese, Vietnamese, Indian for sure. Definitely, I love Indian food. India and Pakistan both. I'd say like those are the main ones. Thai for sure. I've been having a lot of Thai food recently. Korean's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's quite at the top there, but it's pretty good. Yeah, probably definitely like Vietnamese, Chinese, Indian, Pakistani. And Thai. Those are probably the main ones. What's for breakfast? I usually don't have breakfast actually. I usually skip breakfast and just do lunch and dinner. How many times have you been robbed over the years? Sorry. How many times have you been robbed over the years? Never. I guess I've never been robbed. I've never been like directly robbed, like with stuff in my hand. I got a motorbike taken one time, but that was a place I was staying's fault. Their guard fell asleep. Would you travel to Laos? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to. Trick or treat. Ooh, I don't know. I don't have either. How did you gain interest in learning Mandarin? Actually, so it's a pretty funny story. When I was younger, I wanted to learn Japanese, and my school didn't have Japanese, so I thought Chinese was pretty similar. This was when I was much younger, so that's why I decided to learn Chinese. Obviously, when I learned it, now I know they're quite different, but at that time, I didn't really know the difference. Thank you, Farouk. Any bad cases of food poisoning that changed your mind about street food? Not so much about street food. I'd say there's nothing like that happens that changes my mind about street food. I have had some occasional like food poisoning or just experiences that have changed my mind about food in general, food safety, but not really street food. Street food can be very clean, and honestly, sometimes it's cleaner than what's in a restaurant. It just depends on where you are and what you're eating. Like for example, like the street food in India looks. A lot of people would be like, "Man, it's so dirty," but honestly, a lot of it's. I feel like it's cleaner than even some of the places I eat at in Vietnam, especially if it's like veg or vegetarian or. Just depends. Just depends. There are some very dirty places, obviously, but there's plenty of clean places too. What's the one place you'd not visit again? I don't know if there's any place I wouldn't visit again. I'm trying to think. Not sure. Do you think I could just do I need to go to school to learn a language, or could I get fluent with just travel and practice? I'd say you're going to get more fluent by honestly just practicing and also learning a lot before you go. If you're just traveling trying to learn a language, I don't think you're going to learn much. It also depends on the country, right? You met some cool dudes in Pakistan. Yeah, a lot of cool people in Pakistan. Sorry. Learning Vietnamese. Do you have any recommendations for apps or sites connecting to native speakers? I'm not sure, honestly. The guy with the goats in Lassi. I remember the guy trying to sell me a goat in Lahore. Lahore. That was funny. Do you ever listen to any Vietnamese music? Yeah, I have a few songs I like. Not too much, but there's some songs I like. Anything else? Any more questions? What do you do out there for fun? I mean, I'm trying to think what I do. There's not really too much I do. Favorite Hindi movie and song? Ooh. It's a tough question. That is a tough question. I still probably like Three Idiots. I love Three Idiots. Favorite song is from Three Idiots too. You were never in the Netherlands? Yeah, I've never been. Best bún chả in Hanoi. Max filmed about it last year. We went and filmed about it. It's on Ba Chi Công. It's really good. Indian veg or non-veg? Ooh, good question too. Honestly, I like the veg food more when I go to India. I'd say like India for veg food and like Pakistan for non-veg. India veg food's fire. It's so good. So good. I'd probably go vegetarian if I was in India. It's so good. Honestly, I think Indian veg food's better than the non-veg. It's so good. Do I wear glasses? Nope. Excuse me. You're trying to say Lucknow? Did you try tak tak? Tuk tuk? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Wait till you go to Bangladesh. Yeah, I'd definitely love to go to Bangladesh. Definitely on the list. Hello from NYC. How's it going, Larry? You're in my neighborhood in one of your videos with the Pakistan food. Ah, yeah, Jackson Heights. Was it Jackson Heights? Is it that one? Is it that part where we're having the kadai? American BBQ vlog? Yeah, for sure. Definitely on the list. On the list, come to Texas. Bro glowing, yeah. Sun's reflecting. See if this will look a little bit better. Let's see. I heard you moved from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City recently. No, never moved. The video in Brooklyn. When did I eat Pakistani food in Brooklyn? I don't think I had Pakistani food in Brooklyn. I remember getting a haircut in Brooklyn. I don't think I had any Pakistani food in Brooklyn. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Hey, Chris, Karachi when? We'll have Patan Bhai Chai together. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to some Nalli biryani, Pakistan, in Karachi. Think about travel to any European country? Yeah, definitely. I'd definitely love to go to Europe. Just haven't been yet. It's a little far. Salut. You met the haircutter in Brooklyn who didn't take money. He wasn't Pakistani. Yeah, that's right. I think he was from, where was he from in South America? Was it Ecuador? I'm trying to remember. I think it was Ecuador. Don't quote me on that though. I don't remember. The $25 Pakistani chicken kadai. Oh, you're right. That was where was that? That was what's the name? Oh, I completely forgot about that. Went to the Pakistani community down there. Where was that? That was in Brooklyn, was it? Where is that? I know that's south. Where was that? It's not Long Island. Where was that? I can't remember. But I think you're right. Is that a part of Brooklyn? I think you're right. I think you are right. Do you get dry eyes? Yes. A lot of dry eyes. I've gotten dry eyes here, I think, because of the pollution and the dust. So it's kind of messed up my eyes. You met the Pakistani shopkeeper in Bronx. No, he wasn't in Bronx. I think he was in Manhattan. So I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time. Sorry, I apologize. It's your neighborhood in Brooklyn. Okay. I guess I guess Brooklyn's pretty big, huh? Actually, I've been to. I don't know when I think of Brooklyn, I think of the place like just across the river, but I guess it's pretty big, huh? I guess it extends all the way down there. When you coming to Chicago? Ooh, I'd love to come to Chicago. I've been to Chicago in years. Last time I was in Chicago was 2015, I think. 2016? I think it was 2015. I was there for a Chinese competition when I was younger. Long time ago. Just saw you in the Sara Charsi Tikka video. Oh man, yeah, it's sad. It's unfortunate. Food's really good though. Can't deny that. Saw me in India Gate. Ooh, awesome. Sorry, we're getting close to time, guys. I'm going to call it. Any last questions? When you go back to India, I miss your videos of eating Indian food. I'm missing eating Indian food. I tell you that. It's hard to find a good Indian restaurant abroad. Like I've looked here in Vietnam. Max and I have found a place in Saigon. Not many places up here in Hanoi. It's have you been to Chennai or Kerala? No, not yet. I definitely want to go. I want to go have all the Southern Indian food. We have Vietnamese and Chinese town in Chicago. Oh, there's a Vietnamese. Is there a Vietnamese community too? I know there's a Chinatown. I didn't know there's a Vietnamese community as well. Living in Sichuan. Let's see. Wang Jianguang. Any last minute questions? Should we call it? Do you find any Indian good food outside India? Not many. I've not found that many. It's tough to find. Indian food overseas are different. I know it's so hard to find good Indian food. What's your budget coming to India? Honestly, the food's so cheap and good. It's not too expensive. The biggest thing is just the plane ticket and hotels. Hotels in India can kind of be expensive. Depends on where you are. Depends on where you are. Chicago Vietnamese town, 1980. Oh, okay, uptown. Okay, I didn't know that. I'll take a look. Houston, NYC is the best for Desi food, especially Pakistani. Yeah, for sure. They have some good Indian food. I had a good vegetarian thali by a Sikh guy. Really good in Manhattan. Flight and accommodation have skyrocketed since COVID, no doubt. Have you been to Little Saigon in Southern California? Not yet, nope. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it there. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Thank you, guys. Bye.